We first met Vic a couple of weeks ago, where Vic went all Goodfellas on us, attacking a straw man flat earth, put in Vic's mind by the mainstream media, who of course love to lie and misrepresent, which helps bewilder and baffle people like Vic, and as a result, they don't have a Scooby Doo what's going on. But Vic's back, and I'm keen to see if he's learnt his lesson, or he's got something of substance to cite to us. If you haven't seen the original Vic video, I highly recommend you watch that one first. Link in the description. So let's see what Vic's got.
Hey, Woody here. What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the Pony Express. A very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? Idiotic conspiracy theories. Now, I'm not talking about legitimate possibilities for certain events that aren't really proven one way or the other. You know, like aliens. No. I'm talking about idiotic conspiracy theories for shit we all know is not real. Well, most of us know these theories are not real. But this world is full of, how can I say, interesting people. Now follow me. The first theory is the earth is flat thing. Look,
Vic, the flat earth is simply demonstrable science. You could say every flat earther is a demonstrable realist. That's what I am. And when I say that, I mean every scientific demonstration that backs the claims I stand by. Large standing bodies of water, tower cranes and pendulums, and of course air pressure systems and vacuums. The fundamentals. That's it. That is it, Vic. That's all it is science that can be tested and verified by all. There is no better scientific method. There is no more honest method. You don't need to buy into any third party information. You just test and verify for yourself.
I still get messages from flat earthers who are telling me that I'm the asshole for saying they're assholes. And then they send me the most ridiculous bullshit that proves the earth is flat. They'll send me a picture of the earth with skyscrapers that are so out of proportion that they would have to be tall enough to reach into outer space and the size of Montana. Look, I
What? What?
don't want to get into this crazy theory any more than this.
Demonstrable reality isn't a theory. Again, it's clear Vic hasn't learnt a thing and is still buying into the fantasy misrepresentation of the flat earth put there by the mainstream and Google. Vic's learnt nothing.
Hold the fucking tennis ball up and shine a flashlight on it. What happens? The side facing the flashlight is covered in light, and the underside is dark. That's why when some of the world has daytime, the other side is in.
Bless Vic for citing ridiculous, and I mean ridiculous, silly demonstrations like that. Again, having to buy into the lights in the sky, the stories, and the models attached and built around observations in the sky rather than real world science here on Earth. Bless you, Vic.
Night. That's not good enough for you? Okay, fine. Go to your kitchen table. It's flat. Now hold a flashlight on it from above. From anywhere above. What happens? What happens? Is the entire table covered in light? That's how light works. It's the same angle for the entire table, no matter where you hold the flashlight. Now, since the entire world isn't in light or dark at the same time,
Vic, your little experiment or thought experiment there, or demo, is a little bit out of whack with scale. A table in relation to a flashlight isn't really a true representation of the size of the earth, is it? In relation to a torch, you've kind of got yourself in a bit of a tiz there with your scales being totally out of whack. And while we're talking about the sun and the earth, let me just give you a quick photograph or image taken from a high altitude balloon, an amateur one, showing the sun to be not 93 million miles away, Vic. No. Bear with me. Just over 20 miles up We know any curve is optical and not physical. That's a demonstrable fact, tested and verified by all. And we can see from this high altitude footage that the sun is not 93 million miles away. So the sun, a smaller local sun with a bigger Earth than your table, Vic, would most definitely have a day and a night. Dear, oh dear.
Now, since the entire world isn't in light or dark at the same time, and that is proven, that means the flat Earth thing doesn't really work. Now,
No, we've just sort of flattened that, excuse the pun, before you even had a chance to deliver. We know what you're trying to claim, i.e. that the Earth's a ball is scientifically impossible anyway. And I'm a little bit confused, really, Vic, why you're still citing observations of things in the sky rather than physical, practical references here on Earth. I remember previously, the very first thing you wanted to do was look in the opposite direction to the Earth. You're still doing it now, Vic. We've proven your angle wrong here with a smaller local sun. Come on, Vic.
how about Barrow, Alaska? It's in darkness right now until the beginning of 2020. How is that possible if the world is flat? The sun has to reach every part of the Earth when it's in the sky if the Earth is flat.
Not if the sun is smaller and local, and not if its path, whatever that is, didn't venture far enough north for Alaska to be lit. It's very simple, Vic.
Go to Barrow, Alaska. Tell me where the sun is. And don't tell me that Barrow...
Well, it'll be further south, mate, I suspect. Further enough to not light Barrow or wherever it is in Alaska. Again, the smaller local sun does just the same thing, Vic. You're ignoring science that can be tested and verified by all, entertaining a delusion attached to a light in the sky, which works both ways anyway. This is terrible, Vic.
Alaska is blocked by mountains, or I'll hit you in the head with a fucking shoe. Now, that's all I got to say about that.
Probably best that is, Vic. You're clear you've learnt nothing. You're a little bit calmer today, which is nice. It would seem you've had a bit of a backlash from your original video. Quite rightly so, Vic. But it's obvious you've learnt nothing. You're still buying into the misrepresentations. Remember, large standing bodies of water do not have the ability to display convexity, Vic, upon its surface. Tower cranes and pendulums can't be dead still whilst doing ludicrous speeds in all different directions. And you can't have a vacuum next to an air pressure system without solid separation. Demonstrable science can be tested and verified by all, Vic, the results of which prove the globe's ridiculous. That's it. That is it. You're not going to be told that because it's so simple. Everyone who's honest and not ruled by their ego or has a cognitive dissonance that just seems to take control whenever this subject comes up gets it, because it's a very simple truth. But people like yourself, Vic, you still run on the materialistic algorithms, ego, mainstream media, news, all the salivating over all the juicy pantomime that actually just disempowers you. And as a result, like I said previously, Vic, has left people like yourself with the discernment of a turnip. Sort it out, Vic, for fuck's sake, mate.